Oh, oppa, yep, oppo, optoto, rototo, yodododo, dodododo, idididididorodododo. All right, party people, welcome back to this week's stream. Thank you so much for being here. Um, as usual, we're going to start the first half of the stream with some beating off, courtesy of yours truly. So please send some samples for me to beat up with to djunderbelly@gmail.com. So send samples to djunderbelly@gmail.com. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start checking my emails for some dope samples. And if you guys aren't going to send any right now, I guess I'll go back and sample. This one doesn't suck, and it's not on YouTube. Ripped right from the library. Okay, this could be promising. So let's take a listen to BRM, courtesy of Sarab77. What you got, Sarab? Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm going to flip that right there. All right, so let's go ahead and actually put this in a simpler. For the most part, I don't usually warp samples from vinyl because it kind of takes away from the original character. You'll notice that immediately I switched to slice mode, which is where all the magic's going to happen. Wow. All my chakras have just opened up and they're gushing forth the power of the universe. Do we actually need the first part here? Let's see if we could take the first part here. Okay, so I'm just going to take that. And I'm actually going to do this beat in 6/8 time. In this case, I'll just leave it at 6/4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's actually pitch it up. Alright, take my favorite kick. And see, I'm gonna do actually something that I've been doing for a lot of my beats lately, and I'm just gonna put Ableton 10's new drum bus on the master. It's gonna be quite hard. Ooh. That late. Let's actually mess with the velocities here a little bit just to make it sound a little bit more realistic. Oh, wowzers. Recording that. Let's mess with whoops, fucked that one up. Have a little bit more echo on here. Maybe even filter this down a little bit. Let's try that. Don't know about that. Let's try a little bit more echo. Diffused long cascades. That sounds about right. I don't know about that. It's a bit much. Oh shit. That's some crazy shit right there. Of course, some 808 needs to happen. Ooh, I don't know about that. Sounds kind of out of tune. Let's just put it there. That shit was totally random. Maybe there's a better 808 I can pick here. Let's try this one. I don't like that because it pitches down slightly. Let's try that. Holy shit. Let's try this. Ah, fuck, I'll just stick with the original. How do we get back? Sound better legato? I don't know. Shaker? what's bad? Ooh, super fast. Let's try it. No. There's no shakers that are in triplet time. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's see if it actually adds anything. Alright. No, that's not gonna work. Let's shift this over a little bit. Ah, what the fuck? Oh, that's why. There we go. That's what we want. Maybe even a little bit earlier than that. What the fuck was I gonna do now? Oh yeah. Let's actually find some light snares. Fuck that, let's just record it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck that. Yes. Let's actually get the snare roll in there. One more time. So quiet. Yes. Let's see if we can actually add any echo to this. Holy shit. Holy cock. That's very strange. Make the stereo a little bit wider. Holy cock. original. Let's see what else we can pull it out of here. I think we need that canyon shit right now. Whoa. Oh, baby. Use the sample, and I know I'm sorry, it's just one of my go-tos, okay? Oh, baby. Alright, pro tip, by the way, if you want to use your beat repeat and you want to, when it repeats, just play the repeated signal rather than having the beat repeat go over the beat. For example, this is the beat repeat as the default. When I hit repeat, it continues playing the original while the repeated signal is laid on top of it. It sounds like ass, but if we hit the instead button, every time we trigger the repeat, it's going to replace the original signal with the repeated version. So check this out. Beautiful. And all I have to do to trigger that repeat is to just turn that chant knob all the way down. That way the beat repeat doesn't kind of go on its own little territory. We tell it exactly when to start and stop repeating just by triggering that repeat button, which you could very easily map to a key on your keyboard just by hitting the key button on the upper right corner, clicking the repeat, and say mapping it to, I don't know, F. All right, let's hear it. Oh, baby. Okay. How about we do a pitch decay? Oh. Oh, shit. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is cool. If you use Performance in DJ, there's a bunch of fun little knobs that are just macros for these cool little effects. For example, the fade. Oh! Yeah! So that's what I use for all my live loop and stuff. Right. Alright, fun shit. Thank you so much for bearing with me through that production process. I had a blast. Let me go ahead and save this. Dedicated to what's his face, Sarah, thank you so much for sending that in. I had a blast. I think we're going to move on to the track roasting section of the show. And this time I'm going to try something a little bit different. So every time I do the roasting, I get way too many submissions, man. I mean, I can't get through all of them. And I don't want you guys to get pissed because I didn't take your track. Now, using the super chat function, which is that little $sign below the chat window, if you donate $5, you can actually have your comment highlighted. So I'm guaranteed to actually roast your track if you just give me a sweet donation of $5. And then hopefully that will, clear up, the issues where your track doesn't get roasted even though you really, really want to, and you get to support your boy. So if you want, you can donate $5 through the super chat, and I'll be happy to guaranteed roast your track. All right, so let's go over to the track roasting. It says here that my internet sucks, even though I'm connected to Ethernet. Really don't know what's going on there. Maybe if I stop streaming and start again, or pause the stream. I really don't know how to fix this. Let me just go to our system preferences and check my connection that way. Let's go ahead and take a look. Speed test. All right, let's see what's going on here. Contact and server. I'm getting 24 megabits down, which is pretty good. And then let's check out my upload speed, and we'll see what the deal with that is. My upload is not good. I don't know what's going on there. Let's take a look at my network preferences. Thundernet, Thunderbolt, Ethernet is connected. My internet connection speed is fast. Don't know what the deal with that is. Oh, looks like my stream is healthy again. So if you missed that, feel free to donate $5, and then you could get your track roasted guaranteed. And now I have my first donation from Nocturnal Andres. Let's go ahead and see if he sent me a beat. Nocturnal Andres, what is your email so I'm guaranteed to roast your track? Looks like I haven't gotten it from you yet. Send me that over. In the meantime, I'm just gonna pick the first guy over here. Here we have Nocturnal. Ma, I'm busy right now. Thank you. So let's go ahead and listen to Abinaber Yariso. Okay. Super solid beat. Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome idea. I think you totally expand on that. One thing I noticed was just that probably the bass was a bit too high in the mix. Other than that, yeah, keep working on that beat. I think it has some promise. Here we have our first donator. Thank you, Luis de Vicente. I think we did some lessons together where we tried, but there were some technical difficulties. But here we have Rory with Afternaut. After dot. Can't talk today. Let's hear it. that was Roy with Afterthought. Roy, thank you so much for sending that through. Super awesome, chill, hop, lo-fi vibe. Very well mixed, very well put together. I think it's a great start. I would urge you to expand on that arrangement. I think it has a lot of promise. Feel free to kind of develop the percussion some more, maybe drop it into a B section. But overall, really solid start. Don't really have any critiques there. All right, let's go on to the next one. Here we have Plague and Slay, enlarge your dingus now. Oh, whoops, it actually clicked on a completely different thing, but I'll have to do it. This is Roast Me and My Life Master by Lefterus Iliadis. All right, party people. Sounds promising. We have some house vibes up in here. Let's hear it. All right, a solid trance house banger with Breath of the Muse. This is called Party People. Thank you for sending it in, Mr. Breath. Super solid mix, super solid progressive house banger. Some of the sounds sound a little bit generic. Maybe you're using a lot of presets here. I'm not sure. I notice you're making the instruments using the Charlatan (free VST synth. Never experienced that synth. But some of the sounds just sound a little bit generic and synthetic. I don't know, maybe it's a personal artistic preference and I can't judge on that. But anyways, thank you for sending Breath of the Muse with Party People. So maybe you guys didn't hear, but I'm accepting donations in exchange for a guaranteed track roasting. Now, I'm curious, how do you guys feel about this? Is it creepy? Is it too much? You know, my understanding was, if you guys send me, $5, it's, just a nice cup of coffee for me so I can get more caffeinated and therefore roast more tracks. So that's the incentive from my perspective. But if you guys find it to be a bit too much, let me know have a discussion here in the chat because I'm curious how you guys feel about it. So we actually have a couple um, new super chat contributors. Thank you so much. The first of which we have is Nick Bove. And then after that, we have Yashar. Yashar, could you tell me your email address so I can pull you up next? And after that, Yashar, we have Lark Minch. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and listen to Omuta Call Me. And this is the New Year's Eve Master. Let's take a listen. All right, that was Omuta with Call Me, the New Year's Eve Master. Omuta, that was excellent. I super dug the lo-fi, kind of awesome, really dark textures, almost burial-esque. Um, so all the mixing, all the instrumentation, I thought was excellent. I think maybe, and this is once again an artistic preference, but maybe you could tighten up the arrangement a little bit just to make things happen at a slightly faster rate than they are now. And I also challenge you to go a bit bigger here, right before this kind of outro section here. Maybe even crank up the energy level, the activity level a little bit higher towards the end, um, and see how far you can push it there. But other than that, super awesome textures, mixing, excellent work with Call Me. I have a lot of people sending me cash money, which I really appreciate. However, I have a lesson in 20 minutes, so if I for some reason don't get to you, um, maybe we can do I can send you a private email with all my feedback just written out. That might be a little bit more helpful. Okay, so the last one was Nick Bovee. Yashar, let me Yashar, can you give me your email so I can grab your track real quick? Okay, here we go. Track for feedback. Thank you, Yashar, for donating. I really, really appreciate it. Cool. So here we have Zoli Find This with Yashar. Thank you so much. All right, that was Zoe with Find This. Zoe, that was fucking awesome. Really beautiful, deep, kind of dark techno, tech, almost progressive, but not quite house vibes. Kind of reminds me of Andrew Bayer, Lane 8, stuff like that. Very great mixing, all awesome instrumentation. One thing I did notice was that the transition between this kind of melodic section here and the section before and after it, I think could be managed a little bit more smoothly. Maybe taking a little bit more time kind of in this area right here to maybe filter up on the melody or introduce it a little bit more gradually. It just feels a little bit abrupt coming in and out of that melodic breakdown. But other than that, excellent work. Thank you so much for donating and sending. Fortunately, I can't accept any more donations at the moment. I'm running out of time. I'm going to try to get to all of the donators prior to this. But if for some reason I can't make it because I have a lesson in 10 minutes, I'm going to send you a private email with my comments and feedback written out for you, so I can get to you that way. But thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. All right. All right, that was Ancient Origin with The Patient. Awesome work here. Really interesting percussion, Velcro sounds, fucking super wonky, wobbly bass. Really reminded me of kind of Tipper's style, but a little bit more organic and hip hop sounding. Excellent work. I think you could really develop this arrangement here. I think it has a lot of potential. Maybe introducing a melody towards the around the 2 minute 150 mark to really kind of bring it to that next level. Maybe have a breakdown after that and re-enter this groove, because I think the song should definitely go on for more than 2 minutes and it has a lot of potential. So keep experimenting with adding new percussive fills, adding a melody component, doing a breakdown and maybe a B section with a slightly different feel, and then I think you got yourself a winner. Thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. All right, next we have Alexandre de Raborto with what's this track called? It's called Sahara by Alekos. All right, thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. Let's hear it. All right, here we go. All right, that was Sahara. Yo, really awesome work. I think this track and the last track could have almost been in the same DJ set, both bringing me back to Lightning in a Bottle, Transformational Festival type vibes. Thank you so much for sending. Awesome mix. There was just one component of the mix that was a little bit problematic. Sometimes it felt like that wompy mid-range synth that you used for the duration of the track was just a bit too present, a little bit muddy in the lower mid-range, especially when it's interacting with the bass. So, and I also noticed, for example, in this section, it feels like the bass is not playing the root note of that chord there. It feels like a little bit dissonant. There was a couple sections throughout the track, couple chords that you used that were a little bit harmonically unclear as to what was going on. Sounded a little bit dissonant. Not sure if that the bass was playing the root note or if you were using some kind of more diminished chord. But there was just a couple sections there where I felt the harmony could be tightened up a little bit. But other than that, really awesome Emancipator, chilled down tempo vibes. Thank you for donating. I really appreciate it. Joe, thank you for donating just because you're such a nice guy. You know, thank you so much, Joe. You're the man. It's looking like we have about 5 more minutes. Did I get to all the donators? If so, I'm happy to just pick a rando submitter. Let me just double check. Joe, are you sure you don't want to send a track? You know, you deserve it. If not, then I will just get to the next random submitter. Lark submitted some donation, but I didn't get his email, unfortunately. Lark, feel free to send me another message so I can get to you. If not, I'm just going to pick somebody random right now. All right, so let's go ahead and do MH4 Productions. This is Vibe by Swag Frog. All right, let's take a listen. Excellent cover art. I'm very excited for this. All right, Swag Frog with Vibe. Swag Frog, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut you short. I fucked up. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Mark Lynch. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. Swag Frog, brief word of feedback. Very solid lo-fi banger. Um, good mix. I really don't have much more to say about that. Joe, I'm terribly sorry. You're going to be up right now. So let's take a listen to Hot Farts by Noms. All right. Excellent cover art. All right, that was Hot Farts by Joe, aka Omnoms. Joe, thank you so much for sending that in. You know, solid trap banger, although a bit too much of the beat is just this loop. And I'm not sure if you're planning on sending this to a rapper and you want to keep it a little bit sparse, but I think, you know, a little bit of that is good, but it might be a bit too sparse to have that 4-bar loop repeat that many times. Other than that, you know, solid trap banger. It does feel a little bit loop based, so maybe introducing a breakdown somewhere there, or even a drum fill, something to kind of have a couple of non-loop elements that happen every once in a while, just to kind of break away from that main groove and create variation around it. But other than that, super solid work. Hot Farts by Omnoms. Joe, thank you so much. Next up, we have Lark Minch with Azure. All right.
It's a funny It's a funny.
Alright, that was Azure by Lark Minch. Dude, that was fucking awesome, man. I mean, the mixing, the arrangement, the sample selection, even that lo-fi, slowed down outro at the end, all of that was beautifully executed. I think you should definitely send this around to Chill Hop, other YouTube lo-fi study beat channels, and I think you have a very good chance of getting this placed. Lark Minch, I have no critique for you. Azure, this track is awesome. I'm gonna repost this shit. That was fucking dope. Thank you for your donation. Synesthesia Music, you're up next with Namaste Sound. This is Forest of Life, number 5. All right, let's take a listen. I feel like I might have maybe even heard this before, but maybe I'm wrong. This is Forest of Life. All right, that was Synesthesia with Forest of Life. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to cut off your phone call because I have to go myself. But thank you so much for sending. That was actually really beautiful. I mean, it was really soulful. Love all the instrumentation. Love that vocal sample. Where you at? And I see you got my boy Weaver Beats checking out your shit. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for sending and donating. I really appreciate it. Fortunately, guys, I have to go. I have a lesson right now that I'm late for. But you know, thank you for bearing with me. This is the first time I tried doing the donation thing, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more prepared and proactive next time. Um, and we'll definitely get to all your tracks. But thank you so much, Oshin. Sorry I can't get to you this time. I guarantee you, you'll be the very first track at the next live stream. Mark my words, brother man. And thank you so much. I really appreciate all you guys. I gotta go.